Hello again everyone, this is Zabra, and I'm back to give my 2 cents on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. A few days ago, I was returning home from a trip out of the country and decided to check out what the airline was offering for their in-flight entertainment. As I was scrolling through my options, I noticed that Disney Marvel's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was in the mix. I made the personal decision some time ago that I no longer wish to support Disney. So I haven't seen any of the Marvel movies or TV shows following Avengers Endgame, with one exception. Spider-Man No Way Home. I was a sucker for the nostalgia bait. Since I had several hours to kill and this was an airline version of the flick, I figured I'd check it out. I was curious to see what direction the mouse had decided to go with their latest batch of superhero movies. This latest movie outing of the Sorcerer Supreme sees the cinematic introduction of a relatively new Marvel character, America Chavez. In the comics, this character has struggled somewhat to find her footing. However, the movie version of the dimensional hopping alien seemed a lot more approachable and less prone to physical outbursts. When the movie begins, we learn that Stephen Strange has been having reoccurring nightmares centered around an alternate version of himself and a mysterious young girl. A short time later, while attending the wedding of his former girlfriend, Christine Palmer, Strange has to literally leap into action when a mysterious Dungeons & Dragons-esque beholder monster appears and starts wreaking havoc in the streets. The monster appears to be trying to capture a young girl, the same girl from Strange's nightmares. After taking out the creature, the girl tells Strange that she is from another universe among the infinite multiverses, where she narrowly escaped being killed by that universe's Doctor Strange. She further explains that she is capable of traveling freely among the multiverses, although she doesn't know how to control the power. America is being hunted by these demonic beings so that some nefarious person can claim her power for their own. Doing so will grant this person the ability to travel freely among the multiverse and to essentially rule over all of existence. America is so important because she is literally the only one in all of existence with the interdimensional hopping capabilities. And for some reason, there is no other versions of the girl in any of the other infinite multiverses. Strange quickly deduces that the demon creatures are the result of witchcraft rather than magic. So he decides to consult with Wanda Maximoff in hopes of better understanding the multiverse and how to protect America. During the conversation, Wanda inadvertently says America's name and then quickly realizes her mistake. Stephen had never revealed the girl's name. Wanda then reveals that she is the one who is after America's powers. She's desperate to be reunited with her 2 boys, which were introduced in Disney Plus's streaming show WandaVision. Every night in her dreams, she visits another universe where they still exist, and every morning is a hellish reality for her when she wakes up and returns to her universe. She is determined to take America's power, even though doing so means killing the girl. Wanda gives Stephen an ultimatum: deliver the girl by a certain time or face total annihilation. This is Wanda being nice. Stephen heads back to Camartage, and together with Wong, they attempt to fortify the palace in preparation for Wanda's imminent attack. The ensuing assault sees the mystical palace and grounds essentially wiped out by Wanda and her demonic forces. The sorcerers in training, as well as the experienced spellcasters, are no match for the unstoppable Scarlet Witch. Doctor Strange and America barely escape as America transports them to an alternate universe. The only hope for Strange in America is the Book of Vishanti, a mystical text that will grant the reader the power to vanquish evil. Wanda has become almost godlike due to her exposure to the Mind Infinity Stone, which amplified her powers, another revelation from WandaVision, and has become corrupted due to her use of the Darkhold, an evil ancient text of great power. While there are multiple copies of the Darkhold across the many universes, only one copy of the Book of Vishanti exists across the infinite multiverse, because who knows? And it has been locked away between universes by a group called the Illuminati, the Avengers equivalent from the 838 universe. The rest of the movie centers around Strange attempting to figure out how to defeat the Scarlet Witch without having to sacrifice America or becoming corrupted by evil himself during the process. This movie left me really scratching my head as to what Disney Marvel are trying to do with the once indomitable Avengers franchise.
Gosh.
It almost feels as if, tragically, they had nowhere else to go but down after Endgame. Since then, they have been quickly and systematically killing off or replacing well-established characters in favor of newer, unknown, poor copies of the originals. The decision to have Wanda flip the script and become Scarlet Witch in the way that she did seems a very poor choice. And having the reason for her embracing darkness and going full scorched earth hidden behind a paywall of the Disney Plus subscription service seems to be a poor move. Not only is that presumptuous of Disney, but I feel it's outright arrogant to assume fans are going to just lap up and consume every product they chuck out there just because it bears the Marvel logo. It would have been nice if Disney had at least provided some sort of recap of what happened on WandaVision for the casual audience. However, even if the company had gone that route, the reason for Wanda losing her mind and deciding to hurt and kill so many innocents in the first place just seems to totally ruin the character and wipe out all of the goodwill fans might have had for the character before. I liked many aspects of the cinematography and atmosphere of the film. Sam Raimi is one of my favorite directors. I loved his original Spider-Man films. However, something just seemed off, or excuse the pun, strange with this film. At many points, it's dark and tense, similar to a horror movie. There are even some pretty brutal death scenes. Then, mere moments later, you get some of the classic Joss Whedon humor tossed in, complete with fake tween dialogue for full effect. I can only presume that this was the mouse poking their nose into Raimi's artistic direction, but who ultimately knows? I did like some of the special effects scenes throughout the movie. This is one thing Marvel movies have become known for at this point. At times, however, it can be a bit much, and when that happens, my mind just switches off, and it's as though I'm watching a Jackson Pollock cartoon special. I'm not exactly sure where or what I'm supposed to be looking at. One scene that stuck out as being creative, and one of the reasons I like Doctor Strange's abilities, is where Strange had to battle an alternate universe evil version of himself. Strange literally uses notes from a musical sheet as projectile weapons. You could hear the notes being played out as Strange plucked them from the page and hurled them across the room. I find little creative things like that really fun to watch. Despite the best efforts of some great actors and a long-proven director, this movie just fell flat for me. The tone of the film was just too dark. Another odd decision by Disney, considering these movies are supposed to be kid-friendly. Perhaps it's time for Disney to take a step back from the superhero genre for a while. What is becoming more and more clear is that my decision to walk away from Disney Marvel has been the right one for me. Perhaps that will change someday. Until then, at least I have the older films to revisit if I so choose. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, take care.